Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, worldwide. We are the Titans. Me and my brother, I do the corrupt behind, backstage before we, yes, before we sign on and everything. They said, I want a little vibe. But let me tell you something, lady. What hurt me, I
Yes.
know, we say the government run out. Can't be a lie, them telling everything now, so we have nothing for what I say. The government run out now and I said them end the 50 year. He said that doctor relationship contracting, but we did have before them even touch even contract because them used to come help you out. 50 years. Cuba help you out with them doctor. They make Marco Rubio come there and say we send them home. You know what them just said a while since even around 4 o'clock, people, them are saying a lie. Them are
Yeah.
saying, the contract in 2023, them couldn't come to agreement. These are lies. These are lies. Where I say Tony, make I hear what you say echo because we not hear it. See? Make we hear what I go on and we tell you, yes. But these are lies. You understand? No, we not echo Tony. We're good. Yeah, me I thought there's something that echo. Yeah, you see? Just go out and come in back. Yes. If you hear some echo in your system. See? So, yeah, man, where you say, Anthony? See? So, them come out and I say the 50 years thing, them done with that. Them say them done with this as sin. The amount of people, just tell them see something in the paper. But them say just down at the western part alone, and nearly 2,000 doctors that charter. And nurses, 2,000. Those enough. One little part. So we charter more than 6,000. Where I say Rose? See? We charter over some 6,000. See, Annabelle, where I say, sis, you good? See? We charter more than that. And these people look for we know, so them done this. They could have come to agreement on no evil. Because you know what now? Melting pot. Because them cronies involved in a cocaine and them can't talk, them afraid to get plucked out. And the big boy, them anything where America said them jump to it. This is goddamn sin. It's a sin. Yeah, Derek, pick up yourself. This is a goddamn sin. Sin to our people, them, my God, man. And I like, hey, let me tell you this. And I like, we can't train up doctor. We don't have the nurse and the doctor, So when you man the place alone, we have the nurses and doctor. And by the way, we talk in America, listen, because them ease up the embargo, look at that Cuba can get some gas and some petrol in there. Yeah, them kind of lift up that. I will love that. Because, the human, yeah, man, that thing that when them are going with it, no right. See, now we have to talk, speak truth to power. But Cuba stand by us for 50 years. This year, 50. Half a century. Them doctor and nurses, they always come to our ear. Them have fish up there, so people blind, people this with them trained doctor and this and them tanks with some idiot government where them lap them tail and them fake them involved in so much criminality that when America talk, you rather ban them and kill what people. Hey, we don't like what people them. Me say them people are still like me is a different thing. Me can't, hey, them thing are gonna get me upset more because this is evilness. We can replace them then, we know. Because them did say no, most of them already, So the rest we're going completely now. We just get what? They don't get. No, me a lie, No Annabelle, No Annabelle was neither, Not Byron, We over here, so we good. If we feel sick, we get ambulance same time. See, oh no. With the lies. When them people we don't have to get real right now. We should not see people come out in a joke right now and say, no, this can't work. We are gonna put it up and make you talk there. Talk on this, brother. Because this is a goddamn sin. Remember put it up on the screen. Remember put up this on the screen. So this is a goddamn, I mean, also want the two picture it too, I want to see the two picture it on my screen. I want to see that one here too. See? Boy, because this, we not let go for this right now. Tough talk. Because the other, you know what we kid? Let me tell you what we kid people. You see, Me always a play a song. You hear me a play it in a part. We say don't you burn the bridge behind you. You might want to turn and come back again. And that Jamaica do right now. Yeah, and it'll hurt the people. Remember, you know, me see Anne-Marie Woodvalls, I get Grand Pitney and it look like more foreign ship. Me no say I don't a public, don't a Jubilee. That's not Jubilee she there. And daughter of baby, I'm sure when a Jubilee, me see her. And a Jubilee she there in a pot. She there somewhere else than them a baby. So uno that depend, uno have to get real. Yeah? The man them burn down the complete the bridge. Eh? Look, me put up this and show you. This is sin to our people then. Because you know when I have the doctor and nurse, just the other day, tough time them jump out and them go tour. But them a look doctor and nurse and I go all Africa. What you do? What you do, youth? Look on this. You think this look good? See there? Jamaica brings long-standing Cuban medical partnership to an end. That's how we couldn't come to agreement. But Cuba, them and it's not a people were unreasonable. A ban them get the order to ban the people them suffer Jamaica and fuck we up. Fuck up the people. Don't make them tell you nothing otherwise, people them it's evil. This I know the pandemic when nobody at all no come to the rescue. Look how we come to the rescue, people. You can't sound grateful. You have to about 23 when them come here, so and about not pay them and help people in the pandemic. They marching by the hundreds. See who welcome them there? You're looking at this every say in America tonight there, melting pot. You say in America,
no American that. Yeah. Who me say that's a tough dog. Yeah, and the Cubans there. But you see when you have a mafia government around things, it's a way you get, you know, because mafia involved in a corruption and crime. And the headmaster, we always hold them to ransom. And that's what the United States do. The Andrew Holness-led regime hold it to ransom because the United States have them own issue with Cuba from a long time. From back in the 60s. You understand? Coming down the line. You understand? Yeah, so we know all of that. But you cannot despise your own people because of your corruption. Yeah? Government of the day is a corrupted government. Yeah? Mix up in all type of thing and United States watch them from the sky, you know, through the satellite. And them think a joke is. United States watch them from the sky. So when you have tough tongue and Andrew Holness half a good on pandemic and bow to Rubio request, yeah, as it relates to what Donald Trump said anyway. It's an indictment on our political landscape. It shows that we don't have no leader. We have criminals representing the people of Jamaica. And when criminals get harder, them have to carry that out because they have to protect themselves from prison. You understand? Remember, we know say Andrew well compromised, you know. A United States are use him as a bargaining tool, a bargaining chip. Them are use him like a doormat, all type of thing, a garbage. Where United States is concerned. Him don't have a clean resume like me and Matley who can stand up. A small island like Barbados can stand up and push back by United States demand. Because them ask Barbados to do the same thing like Jamaica. So the comparison is there in front of everyone to see. But me and Matley could just categorically run with America. Yeah, and say, well, we have no problem with Cuban doctor. Yeah, Cuban doctor good to we and we pay them a proper salary for work in our country. The garbage we have a Jamaica couldn't come out and speak in that reference, you know. No, because them compromise. So when we have them at about them can't agree back contract. Did we know about any contract between we and them over the 50 years? No. We know that the Cuban them always come to Jamaica aid and participate where Jamaica need them service. Yeah? That has always been the case. They're not no setting stone and a written contract. Because if them did have a contract, them couldn't just send all the people, if them would have to fulfill the obligation of the contract, they would have to pay them off while sending them home. That's our contract. Oh, so if we just come out and make reference about contract and contractual agreement and couldn't renew. Lie! You understand? I wouldn't think them attack. Don't throw us up. When you have a contract and you who hold the contract terminate the work, then you have to pay them off to the foreseeable future where the contract would have run to. Yeah? So you couldn't just run out the Cuban them and that's it. You'd have to pay them off. Because it's contractual agreement and you forfeit the contract. So we know these mafias, they are liars. Yeah? Tough tongue and Andrew, them are blatant, outright liars. They have never communicated to the Jamaican public at large with clarity. They always find the lies because they normalize lies. And as you always say, we and me know that they are not in fact checked. So they get away with it, even when them know a lie becomes so normalized to them that them just tell it because them know nobody now fact check them. And we alone fact check them, Why is no them a mention about contract? Why is no? It show you they will not stop at any length and breadth to deceive the Jamaican public. And so we know say this regime must fall. Yeah? Because this regime does not hold the people in Jamaica to their heart. And we are telling the people in Jamaica for a mighty long time, don't expect anything better from the Anjo regime. Don't expect anything better from capitalism. Because capitalism is not for black people and poor people. Capitalism will never defend a third world country, which Jamaica is one of. Yeah? So the fact of the matter that we know that we have to reinforce the message to the people. The Labour Party will not rescue Jamaica because they are the one who plunge Jamaica into the precipice. So don't think they're gonna lift you out of the precipice. Yeah? It have to take a change of administration before we can see all that type of changes come on board. Where Jamaica start to breathe again. At the moment, Jamaica is on a ventilation machine. Led and who are the life supporter? The diaspora, World Bank, the IMF, and the IDB, Interdevelopment Bank. Without those four entities, Jamaica dead. A life support machine Jamaica depend. And we just call out who are the supplier of air, Jamaica. Not the government. The government has been stealing from Jamaica left, right, and center. It's a mafia government running the country. We don't have a prime minister for the longest while for the past decade. We have a criminal. That's who we have there representing the country. Most places him go, when him go to speak, the place empty. Him not carrying a weight. Me and Matt, they carry rippling effect right across the globe. Me there in UK, I see her pop up. Me not see Andrea pop up on the morning news. Andrea and nobody, the entire world leaders, them know say Andrea criminal. And them know a mix up in other things that does not coincide or constitute with people's life. The man has no regard or respect for humanity, No. Then if him have regard and respect for humanity, you think him police them could have killed so much people and him not get involved and say something about that. But that's a part of the government. Yeah? Because all of them are large people. And them have to make sure no so them are deal with sacrifice. Blood have to run. It's a bloodthirsty government currently running the things in Jamaica. Where people blood become the sacrificial lamb. To who them are praise. Here, a science around Jamaican people. Nasty science, large science, demonic science, where blood have to run. Just look in the past, recent time, who is around Andrew, and watch them perform. They have a gunman pastor, currently. But previously, they have Kevin Smith. What was Kevin Smith mode of operandi? Running blood and drinking raw blood. Having people throat slash. I remember when them capture Kevin, the station, you know. Remember him tell the policeman say him not gonna make it alive and him start call out to Pharaoh. I tell the police say them want kill him. I know. And when him start call out to Pharaoh, you know, and you make sure get the nasty DPP, Paula Llewellyn, to fictitiously transfer the man to Kingston, citing safety. What type of safety you cite? Eh? Is Kevin Smith a political leader where intolerant them are come out, come demonstrate and create name? No, that was a lie. But them know him have a lot of things to say. So what them do, they make sure kill Kevin and transport a dead man and stage a crash and sacrifice a living human being. This is how this regime administrates. And we look further afield, we see how many of we young working people them are killed. People who are going to work, people who are on the job, people who are coming back from work, as in the case of Jamal Farquharson. And them tell lie. You look, you see them dismantle and mentally ill. Senior citizen, over 50-year-old, them give him 13 bullets, you hear anything come out of it? No. And the reason for that is because do not have leadership on the government side. And on the GSF side, we don't have a GSF. We have an Andrew police force led by a stinking commissioner called Kevin Gugutu Blake. That stinking commissioner that, you know, the worst in the history of Jamaica, you know. The most lunatic, the most ugliest, the most, hey, I can't find the word to describe this garbage, yeah. Yeah? It mix up in a all type of bangarang. We have never seen any of our commissioner wearing Rolex watch, value $8 million Jamaican dollar, with a team of young policemen around him, sporting the same artifacts, Rolex watch. It showed you that he's involved in big drugs related circumstance where he is benefiting. And we know who give them the Rolex watch. And we don't know who. We know who give them the Rolex watch. And we know the value of each Rolex watch. So when you look and you see a police force who's supposed to be there to serve, protect, and reassure, yeah, and offer calmness to society, but they are the perpetrator of crime. They are raping, they are robbing, they are selling drugs, they are murdering the people willy-nilly and telling lies. What type of GSF that can be? That can't be GSF, but we know that is Andrew Police Force, yeah, that is led by the stinking commission, Gugutu. You understand? And we need to solve that problem then. Jamaican people, we have to rise up now. Here, things get bad, things gone out of proportion. And it's time we wake up out of our slumber. Because I not ask you how long, you know. I ask you how much more of this you can take. How much more? When you see that young lady, remember, you know, she is not the victim of the 3-year-old boy like the mother. Yeah? And she's not the spouse of the deceased father. She's just a community representative. But you hear how she speak with the passion and she speak eloquent as well. She tell you, say, a peer fatherless pick the road where she come from in a Denham town. Yeah, and there's a reason for that. Because Denham town has been manipulated by the Jamaica Labour Party. They are for a long time, several decades. Nothing has changed. Them done seen there. Them want education. They've been used. They've been manipulated. They've been rationalized to the systemic problem where Edward Siaga, Bushrat, and Bruce Colin show up on them. Them can't get out of it. It normalize them community. And she tell you, say, things want change around there. She ask you all at Jamal School to set up there. Because it's down to education. Why them can't use the people the way them use the people, you know. If these people were educated people, these people wouldn't buy into their syndrome of corruption. They would have pushed back on them. So them trick and con the people and have them wrap around now a handout mentality. And so these people now will always lend their support to this criminal Jamaica Labour Party regime, but which is not offering nothing to the common citizen in Jamaica. Everything is being given to foreigners. You understand? When you look at you see all a nasty guy like James Roberts, I glut the local agriculture market by having two-class here importation license. Importing the same thing where we produce. Mighty God, people not sell labor right now, no care. Them thief the election against Hubert Williams, you know. Them thief it guy Hubert Williams beat him square and fair. We know that one of the machine will do over there. And him search, just like all of the rest of them. We see them search. You know the machine there. When the power cut come back, him just search back Hubert Williams. Because Andrew have to protect him. Because him a one of Andrew top criminalists, you know, in the party, you know. This nastiness here, James Robertson. You understand? Him is a garbage in the party. But what Andrew do? Andrew provide a pot of gold for all of the criminal them around him. So everybody gets something to get wealth off of. So him and the man now we have the agriculture sector. Pumbas have the transport sector. But Tough Tongue have the medical. Yeah. And him Andrew Holness have the central government. Where him have take 11.4 billion from NHT annually. And we don't see what him are doing it. So my own perception is that him a use that money there for him and size 14 and build up the place with all these concrete development structure. Like they were contractor. We never see work in government performing that way. Yeah, these people are just carrying out their own profession on the side of being politician. Because they are not really politician in any regards. You know, you have to look upon them as criminal, mafias. They don't represent the vote where the people get them. No. I feel them one business interests them are participating. You know? You see, Andrew out there, basically every day I cut ribbon. And I do PR and I do sales representative. While him should be in the Prime Minister office constructing the people's affairs. But he's out there on his own agenda. You understand? And we know that fear fact. And we are said to Jamaican people then, oh, that pay this man this high exorbitant amount as salary. We not say now work for no. My work on behalf of the PSOJ them and himself getting wealthier and wealthier than you can ever believe in our third world country. Putting on the table the highest wage package for politicians in our third world region. Unbelievable. Now these things have to be looked at. Yeah, and these things have to be more vigorously pursued in Parliament by the opposition. Yeah. Start put forward on a petition, submit them to the Speaker of the House, and don't make them take more than 2 sittings before them bring on a submission to be the standing order of Parliament. Don't make them keep it on the back burner like so them feel a file 13 it gone in. Request that and demand that and pursue that because that's how opposition work on behalf of the people. You can't make this nasty kleptocratic government just come out and tell lie and rigmarole everything in a parliament to suit themselves, you know. The truth is there. Go and fact check them and debate it with them and bring them, draw them down to their knee. Because remember, you know, at 28 now, 28 in a parliament, you know, that is more vice than before. And that 28 must stand for something in parliament. I want to see all of my shadow minister them attack these garbage. Shadow minister and security must deal with the security crisis in Jamaica right now. You can't just step up to the government and just come talk anything them feel like, come tell we. No, we're not buying into that. We want to see more drive. Yeah, I know Marky G are doing best. I know the ones them, I know ISAT come out and ISAT speak a lot. Yeah, ISAT don't afraid to challenge them. But we want more. We want more hands on deck, man. Yeah, because this regime, you know, have to fall 2026. And I yield back the floor to you, my brother. Yeah, so let me continue. Yeah. as we are speaking, basically, and we are dealing with the security affair in the country. Yeah. Now we know about of a certain circumstance recently that developed with policeman raping a 12-year-old. Yeah. But it's like when the guardian to the 12-year-old speak to Sissoko or with them one name, them have attitude. Because them are protect them fellow police officer. No, we can't deal with double standard law in the country. The law must be a law that is there for everyone. It can't be selective justice. No. Because at the end of the day, everyone deserves justice where justice is concerned. So if a policeman can look on a little 12-year-old, yeah, and have her for the whole night, abusing her and put her out there 4 a.m. in the morning, She could have run out there and lose her life at that time. 12 and plus hearing from the source, she have a little bit of malfunction disorder. Yeah? So everybody just catch her now like she's a little chicken or a mother hen and just do what them to do with it. Come on, man. This is brutal, man. Taxi man, where your name call, you forget arrested too, And the other person that thinks a farmer, him forget arrested too. You know, some wordless bastard in Jamaica. That is why we call on the Minister of Justice, Delroy Chuck, to make sure no there's a sex register, but him not going to do it. The reason why him not going to do it to no people. Because members say him have to protect the whole line of the GLP party who carry out this behavior. And several of them carry it out. Several of them, Agintai carry it out, Dan Query them carry it out. Many more carry it out. We all here say, them a carry all them wife with them. Or watch the operation when them abuse the mind of them in Jamaica. So no say Jamaica gone. Jamaica gone. We now have to, take back Jamaica. We have to bring back Jamaica into clean hands and pure in heart. We have to make sure Jamaica is governed by an exceptional individual. You understand? A man of class, a man of integrity, a man of honesty, a man who, portfolio can be certified. Yeah? Not like one who film thing can certify. Film statutory declaration can certify. I mean, I tell you from 1988. And 1998, it can't certify. I remember we have never had any young individual come into politics with party certificate. Never in the history, especially 1997. We don't have that. So what we are having a mafia guy masquerading as the Prime Minister of Jamaica. A guy who tell lie from the outset, saying bring 47 million into politics. But this guy just graduated from university as a delinquent student. Yeah? And the only gap between university and politics was doing 2-year charitable work to Edward Siaga. Now we know what charitable work offers. Don't offer your salary. It offer your stipend. Like allowances. Get you to and from back and forth to work. But it don't offer your salary. So how did Andrew Wallace come into politics with party certificate? That's $1 million question. Yeah? And we have seen where he has risen to be one of the richest men in Carriacou. Andrew Richard and most of the manufacturing people ever won them firm. Yeah? Them people have struggled to amass the whole in his wealth. Yes. So we have a problem with that. Because at the end of the day, there is no way size 14 can be having one project running alongside 2 other projects that which would equate to 3 projects simultaneously. But one our project value 800 million. Where size 14 get them money from? 800 million. Besides 14 get all of this money from to be investing in development project. Right now, we see recently when she have a newly constructed apartment. Yeah, that one they finished. But at the same time, she have one more now. She have one more beside Ascot Theatre coming into Spanish Town. Formerly, you know, there's a Walks Road. Yeah, coming into Spanish Town. She have a project out there right beside Sagipur. So we are asked where the Holness get their money from. Most of these money are dirty money, drugs money. Some of these money are also NHT 11.4 billion. Because we don't see what him do with that, you know. When him take that money and farm part of central government budget, have we seen the work done for that 11.4 billion annually? No. The only work we see have one at Jamaica is the Holness, them putting up building right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. So we have problem with that. That is matters of concern to every taxpayer in Jamaica. These people never come into politics as a wealthy millionaire or billionaire. Them come into politics as poor people. People from the St. Catherine region. Size 14 used to be a vendor in a market. And Andrew Holness come from a poor family background. When father is a farmer from then and still a farmer. No. So where has these wealth come from? Andrew in a serious problem right now, people, may I tell you. Yeah? Because the amount of transaction between the Andrew Holness led regime and Mexican businessman, it's unbelievable. And you know one thing Mexican export is cocaine. Yeah? We know of members who have gone into Mexico to pick up kickback money because the Mexican them buy the holiday resort rooms. Yeah, a Mexican consortium them buy it and pumbas the value of the property from 13 million to 6.2 million US. Unbelievable. And when them do, fly out, go collect the money. Pumbas and Manayard, hardly saw, fly out and go collect the briefcase of money. Remember US track that and put a stop on that, you know. And them call for them friend to help them. And the friend clean up thing and, you know, get certain thing from them. That's why we don't know much of sovereignty gone. Because only back quick buck road did have one between the Labour government and United States people, you know. Because of the activity where Labour Party have played in the transshipment of cocaine between Mexico, Colombia into Jamaica. You understand? That's why Jamaica was labeled as a transshipment point with drugs in the region. No, you tell me if I'm a mafia around the country. A mafia around the country. And him alone involved. The commissioner of police involved as well. You understand? Several senior man round him. Dr. Crab involved in that as well. Because you know him love them thing there. No, because him each up in a WikiLeaks them same participation there. Yeah? Gun trafficking, them big bandit. Ammunition trafficking, them big bandit. And then contraband like cocaine, them huge in that. But them having problem. Them having problem because them don't know which part to stack the money now, you know. I remember leeching, I shook them away and I said, no, no dirt up my entity. No make man of the wilderness and the titans, them are burn out the bank. Can't take no more, no. So what them do now? Them start cut against leeching, take the bank from leeching. And them want some here at a safe haven to shook the dirty money through. Leeching was facilitating them in that regard. And what them do? Them pull down leeching to the ground. Leeching a ball now, a ball for help. Leaching same place it value $1 and we're talking value 50 cents per share. In business value half now. So them can't take it. God, them do some little thing, you know. Yeah? And with them do them play game with the stock market. Them can manipulate the stock market with them dirty money. Yeah? And leeching in that again, because leeching realize well, look, this thing I must not man. They not benefit. I one guy a benefit, a revenue, and him consult, yo. They have to stop this. This man on glad use me. To give this man all privilege to open bank account with zero. And what this man do? This man and sister me in a problem with the investor. I may have 94 million. You know. Man get 150 million and him get JPS. Who is JPS? Major shareholder. People from Japan and Korea. I have leeching the way I help him all along. I struggle. When leeching look and see the man give 75 million to the church. It born leeching. So leeching now I see them as who they are. Mafias. And it's a gang of them around leeching. And them a draw down leeching, so leeching and shoot them well. So when leeching can come out now against an Andrew Holness regime where leeching have done so much part, it tell you who is Andrew Holness. You know want a brighter microscope to look at Andrew Holness now. Leeching shine the light on him and I show him up. Him corrupt. Him a criminal, him a mafia. Him bring down everybody. So if him cannot bring down leeching, when leeching complexion match fee, you think all you live with dark skin where I run around Andrew have time for no. I use the whole on to benefit himself and to keep the wealth rising for him and size 40. Andrew ship out him to you them. Have them a live in a UK and a school in a UK. What that telling you? Eh? And yes, you know, just a run around the beach and nasty shit in coattail, man. A beer shit and you are flashing down the face, you know. Beer shit, the man are flashing down the face and you have to realize because the time is becoming more perilous for Jamaican surviving at them one place. Perilous, my people. I yield back the floor to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So, all right. So, I'm going to go to Damien a bit because that doctor thing of people in Jamaica, we must take it light. Can't take it light. That's a total disrespect. Them don't respect the people at all. You know, we sure that them have to beg nurse to come back. Come back and I tell them one bag of bullshit. Can't work. Anyway, we see, they will play a little thing from daytime with Mummy return today. Just this little argument about the taxes because of that Andrew said. She start talking about sweetness and how good. You ever see baby a turn up in a drove to the hospital for sweetness in Jamaica? You ever see it? Melting pot? Eh?
No, I never see it. You know. Give me a minute.
The panels.
I bring greetings to the minister as well from her friends and relatives in Ty Dixon.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Minister, I'd like to start with some of the revenue measures, in particular sweetened beverage. What's the actual estimated consumption for the year 23-24 and 24-25 that was used as the base for your projections?
All right, so we used 17.3 million cases in 2020. And notice I said cases, so you multiply that by an average of 24 bottles or cans. And
you multiply by box, ma'am. I look at juice them a box, man. No bottle and can alone does no, sir. I look at box them to man. Look at them go on.
Put it on calculator for me now.
all right, sorry. Okay, so those numbers I'm told were just for carbonated beverage, but we used in our estimate roughly 40.
Carbonated beverage, you see it? DMG and thing.
40 million cases.
40 million. Minister, the taxes in milliliter, and you know they're varied sizes. Would you have a milliliter amount?
Uh, you mean for the totality of it?
Yes, yes, Minister.
It's over 500 billion milliliters.
Is that within the range of 500 billion or 700 billion? Over has a wide gap. Is it approximately 500 billion?
Right, approximately 500 billion milliliters.
Okay, well, Minister, you estimate a earning of $10.1 billion at 2 cents per milliliter. Would you confirm, therefore, that you expect no reduction in the consumption of that sugary drink, being that that would equate to 500 billion as well, milliliters?
Are you talking about
Consumption. Consumption.
Are you talking about the 10.1 billion?
Yes, Minister. The
That's
levy of
estimated.
2 cents.
All right. So here's the thing. One, these are estimates. Two, persons could decide that they want to drink less of the sugary drinks, and we see a reduction in that number,
Yes.
right? That's a good thing from a health perspective.
So we shall talk a gap, a crap. Because them all say them no want borrow no money, so them a do this. No shall talk about you see reduction if person stop drink this. Most people can't buy drink for just go drink so with them food. Them use them and mostly to the little youth them. Yes, the little box drink them and them thing there. Yeah, who have go school and thing. Because them can't afford it. See? Continue.
Persons could also decide that they will drink more, and we get the revenues that we estimate or more. Right, if they drink more, estimate, right, or more, right? So, member, based on the data from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, they have been tracking non-communicable diseases for a while now, and they know with great certainty the negative impact of sugar, excess sugar, on the population.
So what she gone a garbage. Garbage. We never have a problem with sugar per population before. Now you want to raise tax and just say something and now you come with something different. Eh? You tell us them can't come straight. Continue.
Of Jamaica. So if we get more than is estimated, that extra goes into the health sector to take care of those people when they land there.
Which people, the baby them, ma'am? The little baby them? What shall I say?
Going to show up with elevated levels, they're going to show up.
They're going to show up with elevated level. What shall I say?
Complaining of all kinds of ailments as a result of drinking excess sugary drinks. So either way, Minister, either way, Chairman, whether it's 10.1 billion or more than 10 or less than 10, the health sector will have to take care of those who drink too much.
Shall go like a rum people at it. What shall I say? What should really I say?
And it will benefit from those who change their behavior and consume less.
See it change the behavior. So you know what them do, them turn it now like them are hungry. The reason why them are put on taxes are because they want you to change the behavior. And just say can't borrow, same have to tax you. Boy, you come and change it to something different. That's why I say them can't be trusted. You just say it, them say it clear part. No, she change
Yeah.
it completely. Eh? Yes.
Yeah, because I mean
Minister,
Go on.
Andrew never in the first instant come out and say he might put a deterrent factor on sugary substance by hiking up the tax. No. And she now I try to use a supplementary gateway and I come out with all different variances. Andrew did just seem to come out and start raising them left, right, and center. To gain this amount of $35 billion tax increase. Yeah. Cap in budget to 1.4 trillion. Wasn't anything about health issue. And when we start knocking on them now, them are coming some health related circumstance like diabetes. We know sugary substance, the youth them burn out that because we have the tropical climate as well, and we youth them always active and run up and down and play that burn out. You understand? So we can see sugary substance now become the prime topic of discussion as it relates to what them are say. Why them put the tax? Lie. This is a mafia government, you know, my brother. Me not stop calling mafia, you know. Because remember, you know, this regime almost tell lie, you know. It's not the truth, you know, my brother. Yeah? And it's a lucky thing we they have fact check them. If we never there, this, that's something, you know, you're not about. Probably. You understand? But once we make it become that topical headline for discussion, you know it have to go somewhere. So it got a broader spectrum. Yeah, and people are debate the matter and I ask the question now. He's lying. Mummy return a lie. Mummy, you don't notice Mummy return can't speak eloquent on the subject. She a buck shuffle. She a repeat all herself. She can't speak on it because there's no truth to what she's saying. And there's no rhyme or reason to what them a do. Long time we use them a consume sugar. Yeah? And we not have obesity in a Jamaica to the extent where them a try come present to we. Our athletes them have been supreme and all of them drink this. Yeah? And we have achieved high level international success and energy. That is what sugar gives. Yeah? But if you have the right tropical climate condition, it takes you no time to burn away those calories that you derive from sugary substance. Yeah? So we know the whole biosystem. Yeah? So, mummy return, go one side, man. Because you're that garbage to parliament, you know. They might use you, you know. You come like Andrew plate cloth. I use Andrew use she and get her position. Because she not qualified to be the Minister of Finance. She not no vice to parliament as a matter of fact. She just one of the garbage the Andrew assemble around him. Come and lie to the general public. Trick and con the public. Rob the country revenue. Yeah, because that she had, you know. Is mummy return working for her salary? No. She don't deserve not even quarter of the salary she get. She helpless. She cannot project any conversation that you can sit down and listen to and get the true sense of what she has said. She's all over the shop with her little A gap, she a gap, man. We need people who can speak in a motivated fashion in a parliament. Command respect in a parliament. She not no respect in a parliament. Remember, she did involve in her education money too, you know. The whole of them are criminal, you know, people. Yeah, man, the whole of them are criminal. So when we come and we bun them, we know why we bun them. Because them not qualified for the job. Just listen how she speak. She's gapping, trying to put two words together. She can't make a sentence where you can command sense from what she said. She's a lunatic. Yeah, and Andrew like that when them have lunatic, I present the thing them in a parliament. Because the whole party, you know, is a lunatic party, you know. JLP, Jamaica lunatic party. Yeah. Why is it now that after such a crushing hurricane of a category 5, people them not get back on them foot, people them still displaced from their home, jobs, school, and communities alike. But you come up with such a budget, $35 billion budget. Why would you come up with such a budget? I've not seen this happen anywhere in the world. Where when you have such disaster, the government come on the back of the disaster and raise up all the tax them to this level. Never seen anywhere. You give tax concession, you ease the burden of tax, and you make the people them get back them put on track, restore back them life. You start breathe back life to the economy and turn back the economy. And when the economy up and running fully and functioning well, then you can introduce your tax. But no, the garbage, lie minister, the crime minister we will have.
Give me a minute. Now, for run on the road, pan a little ear so I can deal with a quick thing. Why mash up the place, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Why mash up the place?
Yeah, man. The lie minister, the crime minister we will have. When do? Him turn him attention to taxing the people. Yeah? And him sit down on the 6.7 billion US dollar fund where him get. Nah, do nothing with it. Him sit down on the supply that will come in. Nah, distribute it either. And so we are now 4 months plus post Melissa and nothing has been done. Pumbas come out and say by the 31st of January, everybody will get back live. Is that the case? No. These people just come out and lie. And it's a reason why them can lie as much as they do. Because most of Jamaican people have been starved for education for the past decade under this nasty kleptocratic regime. Was not built one school. Just look at how him come out and run out with STEM school and speak so lavicious in regard to the STEM school, like the greatest thing since sliced bread, like it's bigger than the university at the West. Have we seen anything in regard to STEM school? No. STEM school don't get off the ground like it going bust out of the ground to start grow STEM. Where the money there, Andrew? Where the money where you draw down for the 6 STEM school there? Jamaica people now rise up to where I go, you know. And still for themselves say this guy a criminal. Can't get the money for the STEM school, you know. How much here now? No ground, no break. So you know I lie me that tell we in that regard. You understand? When you look how them deal with the health sector, yeah. But yes, still them come out and post. How them move it from 60 billion to 140. Yeah. We don't see nothing for that. We don't see nothing for that, you know, man. They have money and spend so much till them can buy all furry burger for 85 million. One little forest smelly burger for 85 million. That's how much money them have at them disposal. Yeah? So we know the government of the day is a mafia government. Andrew is a criminal. Gov'T a criminal. Pumbaa a criminal. Edmund Bartlett a criminal. Yeah? Size 14 a criminal. You understand? Agintai a criminal. You call out the top them, you know. Mumako a criminal. And when you look further down the line, the rest of them are criminal. James Roberts is not criminal, you know. Everybody that violated them, as a matter of fact, long tongue a criminal. Long tongue a criminal. I mean, I talk about real criminal people carry out some activity unbelievable. Round man was saying back broad like chop shutter. I don't know where I go with that. So you look through the whole spine and the Labour Party administration from top to bottom. I pay a criminal asset. Pay a criminal scene. And remember, A country cannot run with criminal at the helm. No, that's not supposed to happen. You understand? A country must run with people of quality, integrity, and honesty. People who have the moral standing to come and speak to the nation. People who are clean in terms of their statutory declaration. It can be certified. When you have a guy who can certify from as far back as 1998, but remain the man in the hot seat as the leader of the country. Unbelievable. When you have crime shooting through the roof, when you have GSCF committing unbelievable statistics as it relates to slaughtering our citizens on a daily basis. Unbelievable. It shows that the country is down in a precipice and it needs a clean and strong hand to rise it from out of the precipice. That's what it is showing. Remember, when you look through all that has happened under the Holness administration, the economy suffered to the extent where it is growing at less than 1% annually. Now that says a lot, that show you say all you have on the land is suffering. You have oppression. Yeah. Remember, less than 1% GDP growth to the economy. All people survive. People can't survive. That is why you find one party now value $400, one bread $700 and all the money there. Yeah, everything where you could have afford to put by your table, you can't. Yeah. It's only people who are into certain activity can do a proper shopping. Other people, other shopping them are just surviving. If you can't find something to put on the table, yeah, meat can't go on the table like one time. So now you have the people them now lack protein, they lack a lot of vital nutrition to them body. And they can't fund it. They cannot fund it because no GDP that grew up by less than 1% will offer any beneficial gain to the citizens. You have to participate like the police them. They're selling drugs, cocaine, selling guns and ammunition. Yeah. Those are the people who are really striving. And the PSOJ, big boys them, and the Holness and member of parliament them. The average people who make up the vast amount of the society. They are now crying out on the poverty line, crying out daily, asking for help from the diaspora. Them can't send them youth to school. No, because to send a child to school, you have to provide bus fare and you have to provide the lunch money. Yeah. What is the minimum wages? 16,000. Remember, I did come out in an election, and campaign for doubling minimum wages, and we tell him that can't. Because you have no economical growth in your country for you double minimum wages. You understand? But because they know the people them don't, especially female people them sell them that and them say, yeah, minimum wages are going to double. That will never happen under Andrew Holness kleptocratic regime. If minimum wages to double, that can only take place under the PMP administration led by Sir Mark Jefferson Golden. Because Mark Jefferson Golden have the vision, yeah, real vision as a businessman that can turn over investment into real investment. So Mark Golden can grow Jamaica economy just like when grow here in Bunting and Golden. He has that capacity and the mechanism behind him to do such great things. And he doesn't have anything more than political science to trick the people. Behave like a brother Nancy up against Tukuman, make fun of the society. That is all Andrew Holness have. And the Holness don't have a broad spectrum of wealth of education. We know that political science come with social study. So them study the people, them, study the mood of the people, them, and then factor it into social science and treat the people them. And laugh. Remember, I promise you know, prosperity, you know. Where is the prosperity? Where is the prosperity? Him promise the big energy supply company. Where are the big energy supply company? Him promise everything. Him promise a trip to the moon and back. All now no can't get. Because Andrew no have the scope and the mechanism carry out anything. That's why I'm gonna run for a mandate. You have to watch the People's National Party mandate and copy it. They copy several things out of it. You understand? And the real message where the People's National Party put out there for the people and benefit from. What them do? Them steal the election to kill that. Yeah, because that would have take off, you know, like Concord. Yeah. Those were real mechanism plan for the country. Right now, down in Barbados, I use one of Marky you know, mechanism of how to get yourself on the housing ladder. You understand? Yeah, man, let them use it because that was a fundamental, real initiative for people to come out of slum life. Yeah, with zinc up fence and dirt lane and all that. No, you know, see, yeah, man, let them have it because that was good. Yeah, when you talk about agriculture, the People's National Party did have the real mechanism to turn around agriculture in Jamaica. We don't have no member of parliament a glut the market by importing $6.31 million worth of onion when we grow onion. You're not supposed to have a member of parliament have two cold storage. We store all I'm producing now. Keep them fresh. Yeah? Flood the market at a cheaper value. So you know, you go buy your boy, you buy foreign onion buy cheaper than the local one. You know why cheaper? Him not paying a tax to bring it in, you know. Nigel Clark remove all the tax levy and green product imported into the country. Yeah? So everything come in without paying any tax. Now that also damage the economy. Because when you not tax the producer we are coming in, you know, but it a kill the local farmer. Yeah? You have problem. Jamaica export 233,000 worth of onion to Canada. While James Robertson buys $6.31 worth of onion from Netherlands and import it to the country. So it shows that Jamaica and a whole have the capacity to consume onion from the local farmer, but the local farmer been cheated by the corrupted government. And we cannot allow this thing to happen. The PMP had the right mechanism to solve this type of problem. Yeah? And me still have to defend my comrade them. My comrade them go all out to defeat them at the last election, but them steal it from the comrade. Yeah, so it's not down to the people and the whole not choosing wisely in the last election, you know. It's down to the high level of criminality that took place under the Prime Minister regime on the 3rd of September 2025. Where all different type of mechanism was unleashed, never before seen in a political campaign and a political day of decision as it relates to election. Remember, Inc. find itself out there first. And we saw the suppression of voters as it relates to the People's National Party supporters, simply because they could be easily identified by their color. We know what took place. Yeah, we know one vote took almost 30 minutes on average to cast. Now you can't have people queuing up in an tropical tropical country. Yeah, clustering amongst each other. People are getting frustrated. People are getting tired. Some people have places to go, but they choose to come out and vote early. Well, what they do? They stagnate that. They stagnate that. And in so doing, what they have done was to frustrate the voters. Many people went back home and then them have a field day. Remember when size 14 reached up a fair constituency, and she still have one. She was so irate in the sense that she was in and out, which constitute a breach. Not because you're a member of parliament or you're a government official. You cannot spend more than 5 minutes. Well, she was in and out for over 15 minutes. And finally, she decided to get her police, the same Andrew Holness police, to put up barriers. Why? She's not given that authority. She's a voter just like any other voters. She's not entrusted with how the electoral office run them things. Because she don't work there. But they did have somebody who was working for them. Yeah. They have Glasspool Brown, aka Tadpole Green, working for them. They had Dushan Chibadia working for them on the electronic side of things. Yeah. And they have several more people who them buy out with the tune of up to 700,000. Yeah. People get the money there, 700,000, Yeah, man, come do some dirty work, man. Yeah, no joke business. Then I talk about 70,000, Yeah, say people get 700,000 to do dirty work. Yeah. People get paid off who's supposed to work in the electoral farm sick. A whole heap of manipulation going on. So we know so we have a mafia government around Jamaica. And Jamaican people now have to rise up and say, well, this can't be the be all and end all for the future. Because this won't get Jamaica nowhere, It can't get Jamaica anywhere. If you have criminals around the country, who the criminal can go overseas for me when everybody know them are criminals. Them not credible, so them can't achieve nothing outside of Jamaica. The only thing them can do outside of Jamaica is go beg, and that become a burden on the taxpayers back home. Them now feel the strain and the burden, And the taxpayers, the inflation, the high inflation, it will go back on the ordinary. Yeah? So the only thing this kleptocratic government can do when they go overseas is go beg. They can't go overseas and put forward any reasonable, initiative to benefit Jamaica. They are beggars. You see, Melissa, Andrew fly out Ghana G7 meet. And he's not a member of the G7 country. But you know the leader that him gone there, gone embarrass himself a bit. Enough of them to run away, Yeah, man, enough of them turn them back, man. I just true, them I want to talk the truth. Yeah, come and talk about the leader that was all in solidarity and put back. No, them run him away, man. Them run him when me are telling the people. Yeah? Because that was not the place and time. It's like you gate crash a man party. Yeah, and you're like a third world guy. You don't belong amongst the G7 group of company. But them still help him out. But what him do with the money? He must sleep on it. Right now, my people them still displaced out of them home. Several schools no repair yet. But here, map it in and it come out and go on like the education system need to be reconnected as soon as possible. Or you can reconnect the education system. Where the student coming from? Does they have a home? Them have life to press them uniform. Them have place where them live, but them can't pay and get ready to come to school. Even the teacher them, some of them were facing the same adversity like many of the students. Because remember, teacher, I don't know again, them not no salary. Them don't have the salary to propel them up to a high level in a society. Them on the poverty line like anybody else. Yeah, teachers struggle. The only private sector group, public sector group, yeah, we are benefiting at Jamaica the police. Because them can hustle half of the motorists. Them can sell cocaine. Them are do robbery. Them are do all type of things scamming. Them involved in everything to make money. Them good. But the teacher don't have nowhere else more than the classroom. And the teacher being looked at as nobody in regards to what they have to offer as educator. The island, the teachers are the educator of the island. They are the one that teach the children coming up. So that the children coming up can have an education, branch off into higher institute of learning like university, get degree into various fields, and come back and offer real assistance to the country. So we cannot look at this administration as an administration that should be in charge of Jamaica the past 10 years. It has gone beyond the prescribed time frame. You understand? 3 terms of what? Garbage representation, both locally and internationally. Right now, the Chinese, them in the place that take the job from the local them. The Indian, them come and take the job from the local them. And the local them just sit down and gas them out like I don't know. Come on, man. Action time. Action time. No, it's time for action. Just look how much preferential treatment the Chinese them get over the locals. Here them have them one wing up a UWI. Yeah? So them now go at the ordinary hospital, them go at UA. Or them have feed them one wing. Yeah? Them get 11 acre of land in a work yard. And them bar Jamaican from going onto that 11 acre land. Them get mostly 200 acre land to build community. While Jamaican get bulldozer half of one land. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Remember Chinese can go enjoy the beach. Because them have to offer them that luxury. Because they are overseas worker and they cannot make that aspect go abroad. But the Chinese tell them government, oh, we want to go to the beach and we were prohibited. No, them have to give them access. Our same Jamaican black people, yeah, where our ancestors fight the struggle to free we out of slavery and give us an emancipation. We're free from slavery. And we are get the punishment at the hands of Holness administration. Now, how much more of this we can take? How much more? You can't imagine you have your family overseas and them flying after 4 or 5 years out of the country. And them come now to make you have a little fun time. Like what we know used to go on previously. Back in the 80s then. And them say, all right, we have a little trip on Gar Beach. Where's the beach? Where's the beach for them can't count? Them can't count our Port again. You sure of that? Last time in the island, a problem to get in a Port Rico. You understand? Down on the grill, same way. Right across the place. Some of them control the beachfront them. And I do illegal activities behind the walls. Yeah? What the man them do behind the wall, unbelievably enough people. Behind the wall where all of the human trafficking take place, you know. Me I tell you no. Them little pick the one a year gone missing. And I like them rape and kill and then at Jamaica. Them traffic out of Jamaica. Them traffic out of Jamaica. Unbelievable. And hey, everyone know where I'm to them today. The ball. Them cannibalize them. After them done do them to do with them cannibalize them. Them jerk them then. And eat them. You can't believe them things that one. And we have doctor from Jamaica who involved with the Epstein regime. Dr. Robert Travers or Tavares, something of that sort. Yeah. Link up with Epstein. You see which part him collect several $1,000 from Epstein. What Epstein have paid that for? And I'm talk about how have to deal with our athletes. When you want to know what make up our athletes for. But Epstein not deal with athletics. Him not have no athletics clinic. Them do all type of thing with you, them sexually assault them remove them organs. God that's a big money thing. And then cut off the head and the foot and send them to shoot to feed the shark them. And then roast the body. And because of them ritual where them involved in, them cannibalize the body. Them eat the body. Unbelievable. And them things that take place out of Jamaica. Remember the 1,000 young infant them we were missing a year time. It can't be that so much rape and murder take place with all of them kids that were missing a year time. It's a business that is taking place. Yeah, it's a business. No two ways about it. I remember several government officials involved in it. But the truth will reveal itself. And the truth must reveal itself at the end of the day. Yeah? So Jamaica has lost its moral image. Yeah? Jamaica was once known as the land of paradise, the land of reggae, the land of food and water. How much food and water now? All I name they need to remove that status there. Because you can't have a country known as the land of food and water with 120 water bill high and non-existent in some places. Where them come use black tank and ugly up the place. Yeah? Because they must support China. They are supporting the Chinese administration. What does the Chinese administration do to Jamaica? No. Everything we have to pay for it. The man they make the road we have to pay them for and name it Beijing Highway. Unbelievable. That is disrespecting the sovereignty of the Jamaican people. Yeah, Beijing is in China. So how come we have a Beijing Highway in Jamaica? But it's not being built and given to us free. Our taxpayers have to pay for it. 50-year concession. Yeah? Unbelievable. These things are outright fraud by the administrator. So we are asking the question, how much have Jamaican lost under the Andrew Holness administration? Not just to America, but to China. How much? I can tell you this. When it's been revealed, it's going to be shocking to many people to know that we have lost so much of our sovereignty. Pinnacle Point, them get the say now. Them carry out a $1 billion investment. $1 billion investment. That was the figure projected for Pinnacle Point. You see how quick it done up? Yeah, call them and them mission. So you know, big high stake casino and them things that done this up. And what else we go on. Eh? So we are talking about what is left on the table for Jamaica now. What is left? We don't know. But one thing for sure, we know we have to take back the country out of the hands of the mafias. We have to. If we allow it in them hands for much more longer, then when we get it back, we don't get back a Jamaica. We get back a country that's been owned by foreign investors and foreign entities. So Jamaica in a crisis mode and right now, you know. Crisis mode. Yeah? And we have to look at it with open eyes and open mind. What will become the future of Jamaica? Will there be a Jamaica in the next 10 years? I don't think so. Unless the administration change. And we have to get the administration out like this year. We can't allow to go to the next general election, which is roughly 4.5 years' time, with this administration still intact. We have to make an emergency change. Without that, Jamaica suffer. As a matter of fact, at the rate of how 100 police are killed the youth, them, if you give another 4.5 years, you talk about close to 2,000. You have to talk about close to 2,000 of youth, them gone. Know what that do? That incapacitate the birth rate, you know. I remember woman can produce now, man and woman produce. But you see, when I target you, them, and then come out and tell the woman, them, say them have more baby. Or them have more baby. Who forget them impregnated? Eh? Oh, the Indian them we bring coming at the place. And them and that you talk about, that never go on, Andrew. I remember Chinese, when the Indian them will mix, the Chinese them hardly mix. Them never mix. Yeah, so what you do, you deflate the population number. Yeah, you have your own genocide where you have carry out. You have your own pandemic where you have carry out for the people in Jamaica. And then come and do reverse psychology. Say woman fear more baby. Or woman have baby. You have your boyfriend. You have to impregnate you. You have to become your baby father. Or you have to become your baby father if you not a job. Provide for the youth. When the youth born. So you have left a broken home. You're a single mother again here. You're a fatherless child. Like we are born in a Denham town. The Siaga, Bruce Cullen and Bushrat put together that package and that's how them people live. Yeah, run down infrastructure. No playing recreation with the youth them. So right now, Jamaica youth them, even when them born, them don't have the things that, you know, a child required for growth and development. Remember, you know, playing facility, strength the bone of the kids them, you know. And then for the educational side, that's what develop their mind. We don't have those things. No. With Jamaica don't have those commodities anymore. Back in the time we have a whole heap of park, even Payne Avenue. You go there, you have the park where you go up on the merry-go-round, the swing song, the slider. You have the water fountain across the road. You know about them things, the St. William Grand Park downtown. Nicely kept, well manicured, you can go cool out. Kids them run up and down. Yet several parks did about the place. Yet several parks. I remember, you know, them things that take off the board by Edward Siago when him come in a power and him start to lay off people. Crash program work away to keep the road clean, free from garbage and dust. Him lay them off. Several sector of work as him abandoned our GOS. As some minibus come in. Minibus come in and replace GOS. Because as government, them don't want to have no responsibility to take care and no entity in the country. So what you do, when you put minibus there, a private hands, private man take care of one transport and run it. Yeah, the people them to and from where they're going, whether work, school, or business. Yeah. But we know for a fact that when you have a national bus service that run on time, it makes your economy function because nobody late for work when JS was around. Nobody late for work. Once you wake up and catch a bus, you certainly know you're going to reach a work on time. So we have a lot of our rich history that has been destroyed by the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness, that was created by Edward Siaga. It's a continuation process. Bruce Cullen damaged it as well. Yeah? Because all them doing now is going to politics. They have no mandate but to steal. Yeah? No mandate but to steal. I look at something that drive me up the wall. And I said to myself, say, if Jamaica people now revisit all these malicious action carried out by the state against our citizens. Take, for instance, the Chinese, them bringing in fake goods, where one store was found in breach of over $300 million worth of fake goods. Yeah, nothing was done to them. One little youth over Portmore, I make some shoes, but him put clocks on it. So if me as police going, I see the youth and that, they will correct him and say, yeah, well, you know, clocks is that brand. Yeah, so change the name. Either you put Jamaica clocks, or you can't just put clocks. Them not do not like that, Them have him in a prison right now. I'm a Jamaican. But in business, no value 300 million, And for him thing no fake. Remember the Chinese, them a bring Mali come in, introduce to little young youth, them. Mash up them headspace. Turn them in a sex guru. God, that's what Mali does to you, known as ecstasy. It takes you away, make you sleep, and people do all type of thing with you. Got them on the market, you can buy like where you buy a box of perfume. This nasty regime has done nothing to stem the flow of that illegal substance into our island. Them are bringing all type of thing. China bringing everything, Everything them bringing, where you know that is bad for your country. No two ways about it. Remember them have all rat infested flowers selling. Yeah, and when the whistleblower make the sound, Yeah, you see the upheaval where it cause. So you know where I going. Jamaica not in good hands. And it's not just melting pot. We ain't lonesome. Our Byron know about it, Why we ask people about it. You have civil society group in Jamaica know about these things. But they rather remain silent than being vocal, expressing the needs of change. They rather wrap themselves around these type of governance that is being offered. Yeah? You cannot have Chinese coming in and violating the terms and principles of whatever license you give them. I sure know you never give them a license to import fake goods. Where you find them in breach of importing fake goods, you must charge them and put them behind bars. Because them come to your country and them break the rules. Yeah. I know if a Jamaican go to China and commit such offense, I know the Chinese regime will certainly have them punished to the maximum capacity. They won't spare them because they are foreigners. Look how many foreigners have migrated to other countries and in breach of offense. They're behind bars. Or you'll let the Chinese them get away with so much. And that is just one story, Many more stories have the fake goods. That was a practice. That Chinese, are some very devious people, I know a lot of people say Chinese have built Jamaica, but at what expense? At what expense? That is the $1 million question we must factor upon. Yes, they're building Jamaica. Should they be building Jamaica? We have tradesmen. So if they even come with the expertise guideline, most of the work supposed to be done by Jamaica. So we can grow our economy. Because when the Chinese them work and get paid, the money go back to the regime in China. Jamaican people need to know that these Chinese that we are looking at in Jamaica and ceremonially putting them on pedestal, Miss Chin, Mr. Chin, they are criminals. They are criminal, period. No two ways about that. Because that's how the Chinese government use the people when they come out of it. Because once they're in there, they're training them, So when they come out, they have skill. And they have to pay back Chinese government for the amount of money where them put forward to them time in a prison. Keep them in there, feeding them. They have to come out back and work it, pay it back to the Chinese government. So what we have to look at, what our government has left on the table for the native of Jamaica. And as far as I can see, I don't see anything left here because the build road, the build bridge, they're doing construction housing, yeah. They're also taking over the mechanical field and the bodywork fields. Them have the whole of the so-called restaurant, them Chinese restaurant now. Them have the supermarket, them have the wholesale. So them literally control the local economy. Where's that money going? Money going right back to China. Right back to China. Yeah. Because we have a government who, as I said before, does not regard its own people. And so the changes must be made. If Jamaica want to have any semblance of recognition in Jamaica and to make sure that them have something as it relates to the sovereignty of Jamaica, it's time to change this kleptocratic regime led by the Prime Minister Andrew Holness. It's no if, but now maybe. It has to change because I can put it in a more clearer format than I have just outlined. Everything that is happening is designed to take away from the poor and the black Jamaica and pass that wealth on to outside influence. Yeah, that represent a lighter shade. And it can't be done to CIA alone. No, because CIA couldn't manhandle Michael Manley. No, he never stooped to them. No, Michael Manley shows the CIA can be handled. Because we have certain commodity that they want and need at all time, our backside. And that's why Michael Manley could increase it by eightfold. Eightfold. And what we say happen under the Labour administration, there's nothing left on the backside levy. That gone. And that gone because of an agreement. Yeah. And the agreement, we know what it is that the wholeness of the full contractual license where the trucking side of the backside is concerned. That was a deal. That was a quid pro quo. Yeah. Remove the backside levy and we'll make you have all the trucking contract. And this is why the wholeness don't have so much truck. So my Jamaican people, we have to know fully well where we are going. Yeah. We have to understand not only geopolitics, but interstate politics that has been unleashed on the Jamaican population. Simply because we have a prime minister who has found himself entangled in corruption that has not only affected the local aspect of his political spectrum, but also international. Remember, the man have money where touches fifth system, you know. You can't get from that. United States Department have that. And I let them use now and compromise him. That's why I'm sell out the Cuban doctors them. That's why I'm give them sovereignty. Kind of thing them want to have to them. But if they have no play, them a play. Because remember, United States, them no look friend, them no seek friend, but them look into it for them own interest. Yeah? They protect their own interest. And by that amount of money, where the high stake player them have, dirty money, where them are putting in them swift system, them go and come. But what them a do, them a milk the cow, while the cow still have milk. Anytime them realize, well, then the cow not have no more milk. You look what them how do with him. Just look, and I can tell people this. Anytime the Democrat them come in, and you in a shit pit. God, the only saving grace for Andrew right now, you know, is the Donald Trump syndrome. Yeah? Backed by the Republican. When Democrats take over, man, you look how swift them move to this nastiness here. Them are all I mean. Because you see, Donald Trump did serious about the extradition order we sent to Jamaica. Him come for them. Just like when running from Venezuela with here. Him would have running from Jamaica. I remember them do it in a Dodos time, you know. So nothing couldn't stop them this time. But there's a bargaining chip on the table. There's a bargaining tool on the table. And when you have a chip and a tool, you know, them work. Them work. And them work in favor of who? United States. Yeah, man. Remember, I have Andrew now as the man where I sing capitalism in the region. Yeah. They have Andrew Holness as the exponent of capitalism in the region. Nobody now buy it. Everybody around with Andrew. Everybody around with Andrew. Because the vice of the region is me and Matt, you know. I know she's a manlyite. Yeah. She's more for democratic socialism that bring the people together rather than for the capitalists that take away from them. Yeah. I remember, I know, capitalism is not designed for poor people. Capitalism is not designed for poor people at all. Capitalism is for the big boys, the wealthy. The wealthy, you understand? And we know for a fact, say, you cannot have the people and you discern your people. They are outside intervention, outside country. You cannot do that. You have to make sure no say your people is being looked after in a significant way where them can grow them life. Where the housing where them living can look like something amenable for people to live in. Where the road where them live on smooth with sidewalk where people can use as pedestrian. Where all the various mechanisms as it relates to amenities are there for the people, such as post office, hospital, market, fire brigade station, police station, all of these things. Yeah, good water supply, electricity supply, all of these things. Because anyone who leave Jamaican or overseas, that's what present to them. That's what they see. I talk about one aspect in Jamaica. Yeah? And it's the national airport. Nah, man. When you go to chaos, just with the luggage alone. My first visit to America, yeah, I stopped at GF Kennedy, in Queens. And there was so much trolley. I don't have no ass with my luggage. Yeah? I don't have no body, no toe, and give me a problem. And why I specifically mention the airport is because when visitors come to Jamaica, you know, that is the first point of entry and the first sight of Jamaica society. But people harass people and baggage and man I tell you, say, what did you give me? You remember you never asked him to touch your bag, you know, grab all your bag, you know. Grab all your bag. Them not have no trolley out there. With the thousands of visitors come off our flight. 1 and 2 trolley, you see some man in a red uniform with some police looking at. Tell them control that. No, I know some airport run. Remember people pay them airport tax, you know, them landing tax. Them paid. So you must provide the amenities for them. The trolley to push out them luggage. You don't have touts at the airport. This is why so much people are get dead when them land at Jamaica and travel and go home. Because you have people that pass on information. You have too much illicit and illegal people at the airport that need to clean up. Where is the shelter when you come out of the airport? And open space? It needs to be enclosed. What happen if you out there and rain fall by you? Rain come, you wet up, hey, Jamaican, you don't need to ask to change here. And the change we only need to put in is get out this nasty kleptocratic government. Give the People's National Party a chance to govern the country once again. God, there's a good man lying in wait in the name of Sir Mark Jefferson. And there are several good stewardess around him within the party that I certain know will do a better job than what this administration is doing. You have a Dr. Alfred Dawes. I certain know if he is in charge of the Ministry of Health, based on the fact that he's a real doctor, not a PR doctor, then the health sector would start to look like a health sector should look like. Yeah. I know on the agricultural side, based on what I have heard on the campaign trail, I know that agriculture will reboot itself and revitalize itself, where farmers now can, benefit from being in the field. The plan that I hear Minister Damon Crawford have for agriculture was amazing. There was plan to have abattoir that can stock lot of things when they come in glut in the season, so that beyond the season you could still have the product for the local market and even for the overseas market. The housing ambition that I hear Sir Mark Jefferson Golden speak about was so simple for you now to upgrade himself with a proper home. So simple. And it wasn't designed around political affiliation. It was something that would be rolled out right across the board. Whether you have PNP or you Labour, right? The parties and that. Because at the end of the day, that grow the construction sector, house and build. Yeah, the mason and the steel man, the painter, the plumber, the electrician, I got all of job. Yeah, the hardware supply, they going to turn over. So the economy is going to start to grow and grow in a tremendous way. When I know time, you see Jamaica shine bright again. But what happened? As I say, I now blame the people. I know the people have come out and put them weight of support behind People's National Party and Sir Mark. I know say Andrew steal it. I know Andrew steal it, but he can't steal no more. And the next election, any election, I don't want my comer them dress up in another party color. If anything, dress like them. Make it look all green. Confuse them. Yeah? Dress like them. You have to find a way to manipulate the garbage them. Yeah? You have to find a way to do a 180-degree on them. Confuse them. Dress like them. Anything I wear, if everybody I come out of colors and I go in a casual, do that. And if them in a color, yes, dress like them. Well, go castle no more. Because if we don't find the mechanism, the fraud, and defeat them, we never win against them. And just say, him not play draft, him play what? Chess. So what happened to him a day? I left from chess and play that, I know and I hold the game against strong. Make you turn and go on like him and support the Cuban then. When I just the other day, him run them out of the place. But why him do that? Trump popularity rating gone down to 38% in the United States. Plus Donald Trump will certainly be impeached for all that is coming out of the Epstein file. So I realize, watch you know, what look like my partner in crime. I go down, I have to find an alternative shoulder for lean on. So I'm going back to the closest neighbor, Cuba. But Cuba not buying. Cuban and buying team. I run Cuban, them running away now. Them go back to them for the medical, them come back, you know. Cuban, them stand up and say, no, we hear me come out and talk about, you know, the contract. Them having problem. We don't know of the contract with Cuban 50 years. Because as we said earlier on, you could have a contract and run with people, you'd have to pay them when the contract are finished. It would be no problem for them. It have a problem for you paying for a service that you don't get. So don't come tell me no bullshit about contract. There was no contract. You go back to them and the people them running away. Cuban are some rich people in terms of, you know, intelligence and educational faculty. Them now go stoop for no bullshit. Not go, especially under the labor regime. Them not stooping for that. I can't tell anybody say the PNP would have treated the Cuban with utmost respect. And there would be no discrepancies as it relates to, you know, relationship between Jamaica and Cuba under the People's National Party. People's National Party is a party that respects the people, sovereignty, and their fundamental rights, no matter where you're from. Yeah, that is why Sir Michael Manley would have captured 45 more third world and Pacific countries and bring them aligned with Jamaica to make 46. Yeah, third world country where him stand up for, where him speak up on behalf of rise third world country and to let third world country benefit from their natural resource that these big wealthy countries was shortchanging them for. So the People's National Party is a party that stretches on far and wide to help people have the same status like Jamaican. Yeah, poor, suffering black people. And Cuba has admired such, you know, worldwide participation from the People's National Party led by Sir Michael Manley. And you know the allies that he and Castro had, that is something that is rich in Cuba folklore history. Yeah? Because when Kennedy them put the trade embargo upon Cuba, remember Jamaica was one of the countries that embraced Cuba. That is not something that easily erased out of the Cubans. Yeah? So in no way under People's National Party administration would Jamaica be suffering. Would Jamaica be suffering from having lack of medical personnel in Jamaica as it relates to the Cuban doctors? And no way. Yeah. So we are just saying to our people, you know, we have to make the change. Don't wait on United States. United States will not make the change. United States love when the GLP is in power. Yeah? GLP represent capitalist mentality of the United States and the capitalist, you know, private sector side of the United States. Yeah? So we as Jamaican, we now have to take the bull by the hand, by the scruff of the neck, and make the changes benefit we in Jamaica. And there's no two ways about that. Remember, you know, if you go back into slavery, you know, remember the native of Jamaica fight for the change. They didn't seek outside intervention because there was none coming. Because Jamaican at the time were just looked as slaves. Slaves for the elite. Yeah. So we know for a fact say everything that, you know, presents itself right now is something where we have to make the changes for ourselves. We can't rely upon outside intervention. Outside intervention is of no use to Jamaica. Because who we are looking at, you have to look towards America or United Kingdom. Now the United Kingdom not really have nothing to do with Jamaica in terms of sovereignty anymore. We get independent from them. Unless we have a civil war, they would have come to an aid, probably. But in terms of the geopolitics we have played between Jamaica and America, with a compromised guy like Andrew Holness mixed up in a corruption, they leave that to the United States because it's the United States interest that with all the US dollar touch them system and the cocaine we are moving to the region. So, but will America have anything to do in the current scheme that thing based on which party is in power? No, it's their party in power. GLP is a representative of the CIA, which is the highest conglomerate in the United States. Trump never do nothing. We the people have to do what is right for the country, Jamaica. And as such, we have to make sure that we step up to the plate. I don't say we want to go back in this civil war unrest like what took place before emancipation time in slavery. That would be too gruesome, to really comprehend. But what we need to do is exercise the boat. Exercise, even Andrew Woolley supporters, them need to do that. God, there is nothing on the table, as I said, for any Jamaican. You can't wait till every now and then somebody get a little handout bag. Have your own civic pride where you know you go to work and you buy your own mattress rather than have George Wright to come get a mattress. We never know about them things there. We have to have like all extreme circumstance where a fire rip through a family home. Rip through a family home. An emergency shelter and emergency supply needed. Then yes. But if we look and make comparison, look for them people over Gov'T Park. With Terry Long tongue no look over them people, And that appalling for you long. Them not give them nothing several interview the people them do. And state them claims and say them not even looked at. So it show you say Andrew government will turn the black eye upon you is a labor right. But me know if you're the prime minister, you're prime minister for the entire country, entire population, there should be no segregation in terms of party affiliation. One Jamaica we say. One Jamaica we say. When Michael man the time and him distribute all the various things Jamaican, especially in the school, where the school feeding program. If not feed PMP and left out labor right. When school material I give a for uniform. Same thing. Right across the board. Yeah. When all these various community outreach program was introduced, it benefits everybody. Everybody got the one clean, go pull your teeth, dentist there, go dress your foot, nurse there. You have all preach. Yeah. But the baby mother them go. Yeah, you have baby clinic and all them things there. It benefit everybody. Yeah, it was a program designed to grow Jamaica, not to discriminate Jamaican and to avoid a section of Jamaican population based on party affiliation. Michael man, they put the thing in place to benefit everybody. Tell the farmer them to come off of the hill, come farm the level land. Him tell you say alter the balance with the black and the poor. And he has no apology in doing that. He tell you that, So that show you say the PMP DNA is all about care. It's all about taking care. And it's all about giving care. That's why you see all of these health, program was designed even under Patterson. So that health insurance for the elderly, subscription for your medication, all these things. What this kleptocratic government has done. Now you can get medication in the hospital, they make sure what it provide from the private source. There's no subsidy there. You broke a hand or a foot, you have to buy your own pin. You can't do at the public hospital anymore because of mafia around the country. You have one pathologist, I deal with the dead. How that's supposed to be when we have so much people being murdered. Eh? So one guy Archer does make a bag of money, so that don't look good. That certainly don't. Because you're supposed to have pathologists in a Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. At least 2 each. So that would have saved time. Yeah. And release the body to them family. So them not pay this high exorbitant amount of money. By the time they get the body, you know what money them have to pay undertaker. Eh? You know, she said that is a scam. That's why they are killing people them so. And then what make matters worse, people now have no job in Jamaica for bury them, you know. And the diaspora have to bear the burden of these expenses. These guys know what they're doing, they are mafias. So Jamaican must call out now to the fact that they don't need to be traveling one place in a St. Catherine to Archer to get a taxi done. You need a taxi in the 3 county. Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey, 2 each. We have 6 pathologies. We have to do the autopsy. Yeah, that we need going forward. And we need many more things. But me I start right this up, because I know them are all the people them to ransom this up. Yeah? I know that for a fact. And anybody with critical thinking skill would have know say other game that them are playing. You tell me the average people lose them family member if them can't bury them in a Jamaica. Based on the time before them getting the body. And the spot alone, the casket, and the undertaker fee. They can't. The money have to come from the diaspora. Yeah, whether through family means, friends means, or go fund. This nasty kleptocratic government we have in Jamaica, it's unbelievable. How far they spread the corruption. That is all that the diaspora have to bear so much. And no joke business. No joke. When they look on even the hospital, they could go back this. They could go back at the hospital. Yeah. When we look on the hospital and we say how much it costs individual just to get the care within the hospital. You have to ask yourself the question. Why? Back in the days you broke your foot, you got public, them do if you do it and put in a plaster price and give a crutch stick. If you spend some time in that till them release you, but you're good. So if you have 100,000 to buy a pin, you can't get it done. Them now look on you. But when you look who have the pin them myself, politician and them friend. And them have the pin as you know, politician and them friend. This is why the scandal break out of a USWI. Them are bringing the things them under fictitious invoice to themselves and say that belongs to UWI. When it's like them telling, you understand?
Hi, good night.
Yes, Mama Angie.
Yeah, Wayne is not gonna get back in time, so him sort of sign off 10 o'clock.
You know, I'm telling my man, that's the text message coming. Say you're going to sign off then after.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So much minutes
Good night, everyone. Good night. Wait. So you finish what you're saying and then we'll sign out.
All right. Let me just close out with this message that is related to the scandal of a UHWI the other day. And the reason for that, we know they are, tricking the diaspora. Because, when people at Jamaica find themselves in a road accident, maybe 2 out of 10 of them can really facilitate the finance to get them things done. So people always have to call to the diaspora to get the money in to buy the pin. And we in the diaspora, when you say a friend or a family member in a them crisis there, we go reach out to them. So they might use a tactic mentality of getting in the foreign exchange because them not locally produced foreign exchange, Them not no manufacturing sector. Them get 7 cents out of each tourist dollar. Yeah. So tourism not really belongs to Jamaica, it belongs to the foreigners. Them is 7 cents out of each tourist dollar the Jamaican government benefit. That cannot kickstart the economy or turn over the economy. That is nothing to, even offer any semblance of growth in the economy. The agriculture sector done. So everybody know I feel it at the pinch. But people tonight, somehow the Titan kind of fall short in terms of people on the panel. We have to be out. Byron in Ghana, a barber, and get it haircut. But melting pot there, I want to see it same way. But, unfortunately, we have to close the program at this time. We thank you for your support and your participation in the chat. I hope that, the program will have some form of great substance to you all. And we know you enjoy the title. So I just want enough love and respect. Big up on yourself, safe travel on the gravel. I will see you next week for another episode of the Titans. Yes. So, our Angie was signing out tonight, She have coming at the technical hot seat.
Thank you. Good night. Thanks for holding it down. But this is where it have to end tonight, okay?
Yeah, man.
Good
Yeah,
night.
man. Over and out. Blessings, everyone. Health in parts. Our Angie is still there.